I'll start just right away, I guess. Welcome to Coffee Break, a little segment from our regular stuff, coffee and dramas. It's a little different, similar to what we usually do, but a little different. So we're going to talk about a subject across multiple shows instead of talking about one show with multiple subjects. This is my kind of revamped version of Coffee Break, since I started this some time ago and procrastination takes over and it doesn't work out the way you want it to. Anyway, so today, welcome. Coffee and Dramas will be back for season 2 sometime next month. And we actually got quite a lineup for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Today on Coffee Break, okay, gotta have your coffee, right? Oh wait, I got that backwards. Let's put that right. Okay, there we go. Coffee. We're actually gonna talk about bullying. And this is a very, very common theme throughout a lot of different dramas, a lot of different American shows, and through life in general. Speaking of personal experience, from my part, Nadia's part, we know it's a big impact on your life. It's not something to take lightly. Yeah. It's not something that you want to deal with on your own, emotionally, physically, and and mentally. Yeah. It's really tough. And so this came about, actually, we were rewatching the Heirs, or the Inheritors. And that's going to be something we're going to be talking about anyways in season 2. So that's why we're rewatching it. But watching it, we come across the major bullying, like a lot, like every character is a bully almost, right? Okay, not every character. A lot of them. A lot of them are either enabling the bullies, or just kind of standing by watching, you know what I mean, and not getting involved because they don't want to be the ones on the receiving end. Yeah. And that's something that's you see in multiple shows. So like you'll see that in Boys Over Flowers. Oh my God, Boys Over Flowers. And it's a Lee Min Ho show too. On top of that, both of them. Wow, Lee Min Ho's actually he's not a bully in the Heirs. Actually, he's what is it? What reformed bully? That's it. Reformed. He saw he figured out what he was doing. He was more of him acting out more than anything. Yeah. And that turned into bullying, and that's not something you want, right? So he kind of saw what he was doing wrong and tried to change it. And and you can see, and a lot of the times he's like, "Oh, did I bully you in the past?" You see how he blocked out a lot of that, right? And that's not because he's an asshole. It's more of like,
he didn't want to think about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of a traumatic experience. Like, wow, I was actually a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like that when you come to that realization, that's a big deal, right? Yeah. And that's good. If you're a bully, or you did bully people, and you come to the realization, holy shit, I was an asshole, and I want to change the way I treat people. Yeah, that's awesome. That's amazing, because most bullies are bullies up until the point where they get bullied, right? Yeah. So you see this in like Boys Over Flowers. The reason why I could not finish watching the show was because Lee Min Ho's character was a piece of shit, and he, similar to Kim Woo Bin's character in The Heirs, whereas he was bullying the girl to like him, kind of thing, right?
Doesn't work.
I mean, talking about the bad boys in books and shows, like we were doing this past weekend. Yeah. they're always hot, and you always like, oh, he's a bad guy, but it's okay, he's a bad guy.
He
Kind of
has
thing.
like a jaded past,
right? And I hate that so much. But I mean, I understand it because it's like, fuck, he's hot, and like, I agree too. Like, but I mean, there's certain characters like that, but then I couldn't, like, Lee Min Ho's character and Boys Over Flowers was just way, like, he was, I don't like there was no reason for him to keep being a piece of shit. Just like, she would stand up to the F4 is what they called them, and the rest of them were fine. One of them was indifferent.
Yeah.
Another guy liked her and actually was nice to her. The other one was kind of just a goofball, so he would and wouldn't kind of bully her, and he was just a piece of shit.
Don't they all end up liking her in the end or something?
No. It's actually his best friend, the nice one, who falls in love with her.
Okay.
And she rejects him for the asshole.
Oh, that's
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Like, I understand it's Lee Min Ho, but like,
I know. But, like, but it's just it's too much. So he bullied and stopped bullying at one point. But like, I couldn't get that far into the show because it was like, I was more than halfway through and I'm like, are you gonna stop yet? Like, are you gonna stop being an asshole and thinking you're better than everybody else, even though you like this girl and you want to get her? Do you want to get her to like you? Like, does that make any sense to anybody?
Someone's a bit mad.
And then, okay, so then another show would be True Beauty, which they show a lot of bullying in that. Now, True Beauty, I know a lot of people will probably be like, well, they didn't take bullying seriously. And I mean, that's fine because they're trying to show it to you in a like we mentioned,
lighter place,
like
a lighter version.
They're trying to get you to notice it, right? Because the more serious that it is, people will try and avoid it. Yeah. Right. So if you take a subject and kind of wrap it with a little bit of comedy, something a little bit more lighter, people will start paying attention and it'll kind of stick in their minds more than you would with a serious conversation kind of thing, right? And that's why we don't have serious conversations here. We have discussions and fun. Sort of. But so in True Beauty, the bullies, she gets bullied in one school, like, for no reason, just because the way she looks. Yeah. Right? Because those girls are pieces of shit and they don't like the way they feel, so they like to bully the people who...
Which is usually the case for most bullies, right?
Exactly. And that was like a perfect case. That was like a perfect example of a bully. Yeah. Right?
Like, the main chick needed so much recognition, essentially. Like, when they did the contest.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, oh, who's beating me? I'm the prettiest. Like, who agrees with me? And it's like,
not everybody.
You're a bitch.
Yeah. And like, being a bitch.
You can kind of just tell.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it adds to how ugly you are.
Yeah.
Right? As a person, like, you can be super, like, smoking hot, but if you're a bitch all the time and you're treating people like garbage, you're not pretty. You're not that energy, that negative energy is gonna affect the way that people see you.
Like Abyss.
Exactly. which is good. So in Abyss, whenever they're revived, when the person is revived using the Abyss, which is like a little glass ball from like Aliens, I guess you can say. Watch the show, Abyss. They're brought back to look like their soul. Right, and so the main character and Hyo-sop, he goes from not so good looking to
amazing
hot,
looking,
right? And then Park Bo Young went from tall, long, sexy, black-haired lawyer to short and cute and looking like a little girl kind of thing. Yeah. So it brings out that
Yeah.
portrayal of who you are inside.
Yeah.
But that was another thing with True Beauty
Mhm.
is that the the bullies, the bullies of her high school was
Mhm.
supposed to be Sojun and his lackeys, right?
Yeah.
But they're all
Goofy.
goofballs,
Yeah.
right? And he's intimidating. A lot of people are intimidating him because he doesn't hold back. And
Yeah.
one of the scenes where he actually bullies the bullies from the other school was one of my favorite scenes,
Mhm.
and that's what they needed was someone to put them in their place,
Mhm.
right? And I mean, that's not always the case in real life because it's really hard for that to happen.
Yeah.
Um, but essentially, that's what these people need. Like like these people who treat other people like garbage, they need to see the errors of their ways,
They also need to be
right?
stood up to. Like, not obviously it doesn't work for everyone because like you can stand up to people and they'll still bully you and think like, oh, now she's got an attitude kind of thing. But like a lot of these bullies just want your reaction, and
Yeah,
like when you give
yeah.
them the adverse reaction to like standing up for yourself, sometimes they'll back off.
Yeah, and sometimes that'll catch them off guard, right? And
Mhm.
sometimes they won't like that. Obviously, they won't
Yeah.
like that, right? But it shows them that you're not going to back down, and don't ever
Mhm.
back down, even if it makes things worse.
Mhm.
The more you fight back, the less they'll want to fight you,
Exactly.
right? And it's almost like a self destruction for them. Like they'll
Mhm.
start to self destruct at that point. Um, yeah. So a lot of the shows show bullies the way that they are portrayed in real life, right?
Mhm.
Well, the way they are in real life, like coming from personal experience. Like I got picked on because by one guy, I don't know, maybe because he was shorter than me, or because he didn't like me, because like I don't
Yeah.
know, I didn't talk. I was really shy as a kid. Like
Mhm.
growing up, I had friends. I
Mhm.
still have friends. I still have the friends that I had in elementary school, but I was really quiet. Like
Mhm.
you wouldn't hear me talk. Teachers barely ever heard me speak unless I
Mhm.
was spoken to by them.
Yeah.
Um, but this kid just kept coming at me
Jeez.
every time, and then I sometimes I would stand up and
Mhm.
curse back at him, and sometimes he would
Try and beat you up.
try and beat me up some more. But I was lucky enough that I had friends
Yeah.
that would try and help me.
Yeah.
And like, granted, if I ever see this guy again, I don't know how I would feel about
Mm.
him in front of me.
I don't know, man.
I have a short temper sometimes. I've fixed that over the years,
With my help.
but this certain person, I don't think
Mhm.
I can handle.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't. For me, so bullying started for me when I was in fourth grade, and it was mostly guys. And like I had some friends, but no one ever like I don't know. Maybe they did, and I just don't remember. And I don't remember people really standing up for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it persisted until about grade 10, where then it kind of dwindled off. But like that's because I never really hung around in grade 11. Um, but I don't know why. Like I don't even like
There's no reason.
right? Like
There's
there's no
never.
like and I'm not going to say like just because it was guys, oh, they had a crush on me. No, I'm sorry. I don't believe that. That's bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's.
Like
Yeah, no, I don't believe that either. But I mean, it's not your fault.
yeah. And then
It's
I
nothing you
also
do.
got like bullied by my friends in quotation marks or the people that I
Yeah,
was supposed to be closest to. But then I don't speak to any of them anymore, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah. And I mean, like, if your friends are picking on you or
Hmm.
like or like bullying you or just making fun of you, and they're like, "Oh, it's just a joke,"
Yeah.
unless if someone else is poking fun at you and your friends are defending you, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a joke. They're joking.
Yeah.
But if someone else pokes fun at you and they're just laughing along,
Yeah.
that means they're not your friend.
No.
You need friends that actually stand up for you.
Hmm.
And obviously you're gonna make fun of your friends together and you're gonna joke around and stuff like that. But if they're not there defending you when other people are doing the same thing to you and you don't like it, that means they're not your friends.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
And you need new friends. You know what I mean? Like there's a saying that my dad drilled into our brains growing up is that you only have your siblings, your friends come and go. And it's true. Like for the most part, for a lot of people, that's true. Like your siblings are there. They, like my dad likes to say, it's like, I can't make more of you anymore. So there's just you guys.
Yeah.
So take care of each other. And you're like, don't worry about friends. You'll always have more friends.
It's not like there's not a lot of you guys. It's 6 of you.
I know, but that's why he kept saying. That's why he
I know.
drilled it into like, take care of each other, and don't worry about anybody else, because you can't have another brother or a sister.
Yeah.
You know, you can have more friends, but like my dad said, we can't pop out any more of you. That's it. So that's it. You know what I mean? So it's if you're not being treated well by your friends, there's always other people that have something in common that'll treat you better. You know, there's always people that want to be treated better and want to treat other people better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm the type of person where I will pay for my friends when we go out, regardless guy or girl. And I had a friend who didn't like that. And I said, this is the way I treat my friends. I will respect your wishes and you can pay for yourself, like by all means, but don't get offended when I do this. You know?
It's not offensive.
It's like, I'm not trying to hit on you. I'm not making this a date. If this was a date, that means I dated like all the guys on my street. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't work that way. I do it because that's the way I am. Right?
A nice person.
That's what, right?
Yeah.
I'm nice, I think.
Sometimes.
Anyways, I think that's it for today. That's our coffee break for today. We're trying to keep this. I'm trying to keep this down to 15 minutes because Nadia, who's a Nadia. Anyways,
Say Nadia is a Nadia?
I said because of Nadia.
Oh, okay. It's like, what's that supposed to mean?
And a coffee break is only 15 minutes. You only get a
Yeah.
15-minute break at work anyways,
Yeah.
unless you're on lunch. Well, depending on where you work, maybe you don't actually get a break at all.
Well, that would suck.
That would suck.
Anyways.
Take care. We'll see you guys soon. This coffee break will be out every Wednesday. Season 2 for Coffee and Dramas will be out sometime in May. Same time, Fridays, noon Eastern. And we'll see you then. Peace.
Bye.